Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. And I got this layer, I think, done.
Ark is free on this evening.
Wait, what?
I said we're Ark is free.
Oh, we're Arcus free. I thought you said Arcus was free on this evening. I'm like, wait, we just talked about him.
No.
And the fact that he was not free. So this is, yeah, going down. We're going to have pretty intense amount of mobs going on here.
I think so. I mean, because the layers are lit right now, honestly.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're not lit well, of course, but there's a lot of mobs.
They are so drunk and on drugs.
Me.
I don't know. That is a term. Do you like the term lit?
No, I think that's a silly term.
I agree with you, and I don't know where. Like, and I used to always think lit to me meant when people used to use it when I was in like college. It meant you were on some type of drug. Yeah. And it turned into basically a general term for drugs, alcohol, etc. And I never used it to talk about alcohol. So when people talk about, oh man, he was so lit, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even know he did drugs. No, he was drunk. Like, wait, what? Like, I'm confused at that. I will tell you one term that I guess I still don't understand, and this is one of those things that shows I'm getting too old. I'm getting too old, man. I hate it. But woke.
I think that's one of the terms I hate really bad. Like I think I told you about there was this girl I was talking to, and she used that in a sentence and lit, and I was like, yeah, I'll never speak to this person again.
I'll tell you, I don't even know what it means. Like, what does it mean to be?
I don't know. I mean, I do it in the mornings.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm trying to remember where I stumbled across reading about it, and it was actually funny because it was reading about somebody complaining about how they hate the word and that it makes no sense for people to use it. And I was like, a creeper just flew down the hole.
Yeah. He died. He died real good. He just landed right beside me and died.
Oh, crap. And I was like, I didn't even know that was a term. And I swear to God, like the next day I'm watching some like random video and people are talking about the word woke. And I was like, really?
You've been woke to the word woke.
So I honestly, I'll tell you, I don't know what it really means. Like, what context is that word used in?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out. Hold on a second. We'll look it up. We're gonna get real woke.
This guy.
I think that's it. I think it's knowledgeable, right? I think that's
well, and that's the context that I heard it in. But like, where did it come from?
I mean, how do all these things happen? Really, cowabunga, dude.
How does anybody really know what time it is?
Exactly. Who decided that?
Okay, this is another layer done. This is actually coming along pretty quickly on the way down, just not on the way up.
What do you mean? Oh, like building up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like digging it out ain't hard.
Somebody did suggest that I replace these dead zones with packed ice, and that'll make the mobs just slide like right across them into the next water channel. So that is something I'm definitely probably going to do. At some point.
All right, I was looking up.
Looking up some woke.
Yeah.
Get woke, son. That was another creeper.
There's a lot of mobs. Like we've had some zombies and some skeletons come too.
That creeper, literally, I was jumping across the pit at the time to get some water buckets placed, and we collided in midair. Luckily, there didn't seem to be any hitbox detection because I would have died. God damn it! Hi.
See, the first few times I thought that was you coming down. Woke, a state of perceived intellectual superiority. One gains by reading the Huffington Post. This is on Urban Dictionary.
By reading the Huffington Post? You get woke by reading Huffington Post? It specifically has to do with Huffington Post.
Woke, although an incorrect tense of awake, a reference to how people should be aware in current events. While you are obsessing with the Kardashians, there are millions of homeless people in the world. Stay woke.
Okay. I guess I don't get it. Wait, how does this not line up to where I'm supposed to be going here? This is the center hole, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe it's this one. I just dug one hole off. Because if I just keep going back this way, I should get to the shaft, right?
It's in the corner, isn't it?
Oh, no, now you're making me wonder. I don't remember if it's in the corner or not.
Yeah, it's in the corner. It's totally in the corner.
It's not right off center?
No, it's in the corner.
Damn you!
Why didn't he die?
I'm gonna die! Oh, I'm gonna die!
Armor?
I don't have a shield. Oh, good lord. Half a heart. Oh, goody. Goody, goody.
I was coming to help. Real slow, though.
You're like, die, you say. I will save you once I get woke on some knowledge. No, it's 3, 1, 2, 3 blocks in from center. Or 3 blocks out from center, I guess it would be. So, right. I was digging the wrong way again, so it's somewhere like right here. There we go. Found it. There we go. This.
You ever had beef Wellington?
I have.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, I
Where'd
like
you get
it. I like anything beef. I think I had beef Wellington at a wedding.
Probably wasn't that great then, was it?
I mean, it was good. I've never gone to a restaurant and ordered beef Wellington. I see it on not Iron Chef, Hell's Kitchen all the time though.
Right. Yeah, that's the one place I've had it was in Vegas.
I thought you were gonna say in Hell's Kitchen. I'm like, you had a Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah, that time I was hanging out in Hell's Kitchen.
We were just there. I mean, you got to be able to get tickets to it, right?
Yeah, you can. You totally can. I looked into that one time. I can't remember how much it costs though. It's expensive, obviously.
They make it seem like everybody goes there for free.
Well, there's a buffet too that you can go to.
Is it all the stuff that didn't make it to?
Well, if whenever you go to Hell's Kitchen, you're guaranteed food. So the people that walk out, they're walking out to go to the buffet.
Oh, interesting. I know I have a Chase Sapphire card. And for some odd reason, I guess Chase Sapphire is hooked up with a lot of the chef community, and they constantly send me things about, as a Chase Sapphire member, you get this once in a lifetime experience to go eat with this blah 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 chef. I'm always like, oh damn, that's awesome. And then they're like, you can reserve your seat for only $250. And I'm like,
right.
Wait, you were making it sound like I got a gift from you by being a Chase Sapphire holder, not you were going to let me pay for something that I'm sure you would let somebody purchase if they did not hold a card.
I ask because I'm going to attempt to make beef Wellington tomorrow.
Okay. And do you have a recipe to get it from?
Yes. So
is it beef and Wellington?
Well, I mean this is a very long, dark tunnel you have created.
Yep, it was the wrong tunnel.
So it is beef Wellington is, as you know, filet. So I got filet on sale. I had a whole filet, and I broke that down, got all the fat off of it, and whatever, and cut it into large steaks. And then so it's puff pastry on the outside, then prosciutto, then
there's prosciutto in.
Yes.
My beef Wellington that I had at this wedding definitely did not have. It was not memorable enough to even remember exactly what it was like. It was beef in some type of puff pastry, though.
Well, it's supposed to have these things. Whether like I said, you were at a wedding, so you never know wedding food, right?
Yeah, but very hit and miss for sure.
So puff pastry, prosciutto, then I don't know the pronunciation of this word. It's like DUXLLOS, something like that. It's basically a something like that. It's like a mushroom. It's a common French sauce thing. It's like mushrooms with butter and then shallots and sherry or something like that. White wine, some kind of something like that at the very end. So you make that paste. So then that's next.
Mm-hmm.
and then some kind of pate or something like that. So for that, I'm using foie gras.
Wait, what? So beef Wellington is beef, prosciutto, pate.
Yes, and mushroom stuff.
I mean, mushroom stuff, like, I get that. I don't get the ridiculous amounts of different meats.
Yeah, it's all these things. And then so that's it. And then of course the beef, the fillet. So I'm going to try to sous vide my beef. So technically you should be able to just wrap all that stuff up, and the time it takes to cook the puff pastry should result in cooked beef. But
should be approximately 12 hours.
No, it's like 40 minutes basically, and everything should cook. The beef should cook and everything. But so I've read a bunch of different people's attempts at the sous vide, and it sounds like it simplifies the whole thing to make sure you don't undercook or overcook your beef.
I mean, that's the whole point of sous vide. Have you ever sous vide before?
Oh yeah. I sous vide all the time.
Okay.
But see, the worry is that you'll overcook the beef because you're technically you should be able to put raw beef in there and it be cooked right. But I read this one guy that basically what he did was he cooked it the night before sous vide and then chilled it and took it straight from the refrigerator and then cooked it that way, and then it ended up at the right temperature. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do.
Okay,
and I hope
the skeleton's on your lair.
I left to go empty my inventory. Oh, I need to fix my pick. So yeah, I'm gonna try that tomorrow. Well, tonight I'm gonna go ahead and sous vide the beef and chill it, and then tomorrow I'm going to do all those things. It was quite expensive to get all the ingredients though. Like I had to.
Well, like, did you hear yourself list the ingredients involved? As well as I didn't have this, so I just used foie gras instead. I'm gonna also stuff it. I'm gonna stuff it with $100 bills and.
Well, I mean, it is a duck pate. So that is a pate, still, technically.
Well, pate doesn't necessarily mean liver. I never understood how liver is something that people want so expensive.
I loved chicken livers. Like, I could eat chicken livers all day. That's one of those things you can't have when you have gout. And it makes me so sad. You can't have like any awful like brain, liver, kidney.
Yeah, I don't want anything that's awful either.
Well, that's just what it's called.
I know. It's the organ meats. I always find it funny on like cooking shows when they're like, "Oh, I'm cooking awful," and I'm like, "Don't be too hard on yourself, man. It's probably okay."
But yeah, I had to mail order the pate. There's nowhere around here sells it.
Wait, what? Where did you mail order the pate from?
The website's like DUA.
The website is patedelivery.com.
I can't remember the name of the website. It's like a French name. So I ordered a couple things because the shipping was like $20. So I went ahead and I got some quail eggs, the pate, duck breast. What else did I get?
How long does it take to come?
Overnight.
Damn. How much is the shipping on that?
It was $20. That's
the overnight shipping was $20?
Yeah.
Can you get a standard shipping for cheaper?
Nope.
I heard a creeper explode.
Yeah, you did.
Where did he explode at?
Right where I'm at.
I mean, did he destroy some of the hardware?
No, because he was in the water.
Well, high water.
Yeah. No, I was trying to break that block. I was like, why is this block here? But it was there because that was that water that I hated and I tried to fix. But yeah, so I got some quail eggs, the duck breast, the foie gras, and duck fat too. So I packed my tenderloins with duck fat for the sous vide. So yeah. The only thing I'm really sad about is no one else gets to taste it. Like I'm making this really nice meal and just for me.
Well, what made you decide to do this then?
Well, so I bought some puff. I was at the grocery store. This started like a month ago. I was at the grocery store and I was walking around just looking at stuff, and I was like, puff pastry. I should make something with puff pastry. So I bought some puff pastry because there'd been a time, I don't remember when. I think I may have been drunk when I was like, man, I need some puff pastry right now. I don't know what the fuck I was gonna make with it, but I just decided
I just need me some puff pastry.
Yeah, I was like, man, if I had puff pastry, I could make this. I don't know what the fuck it was.
I could make me some beef Wellington.
It definitely wasn't that. So I got home with the puff pastry, and then like a few nights later, I'm like looking at it in the freezer, and I'm like, what the fuck did I buy this puff pastry for? And so I Google, what the hell should I make with puff pastry? And the top result was beef Wellington. I was like, I've never made beef Wellington. I should make beef Wellington. And so that's how this all started. Is I bought some puff pastry on a whim, and then I was like, I need to do something with this puff pastry.
I mean, I think it's cool to make like beef Wellington and all, expand your like culinary skills, something you haven't done before. It'll probably be pretty delicious, but I would probably also wait till I had a reason. I wouldn't just be like, puff pastry, let's Wellington it up.
Well, so okay, I guess the story does expand a little bit. So I bought the puff pastry. I decided I should make beef Wellington, and then for Christmas, Kroger had like normally, like if you buy a whole fillet, it's like $17 to $18 a pound, and they had it for $10 a pound. And I was like, oh fuck, okay, that's like basically like $70 off on this thing here. So that was all. That was the second reason. Is I bought a whole fillet, and I'm like, well, now I got a whole fillet. I gotta cook it, and I've been wanting to make beef Wellington with my puff pastry.
So how long is it going to last, and how much are you going to make? Like, so I guess the question is, you obviously don't want it to go bad, no matter who you're making it for, or making it just for yourself. You don't want it to go bad. Are you going to make a serving? Are you going to make enough and
I'm
put
just
it
going to
in
make one Wellington.
Fridge? One Wellington.
Yes.
And did you buy like a piece of foie gras? I don't even know how foie gras comes. I don't even know like.
So I mean, you can buy like the whole liver or whatever. This thing I bought was like a little like glass container of it.
A glass container of foie gras?
Yeah, okay. It comes in like a little tureen. Tureen, is that the right word? I feel like that's the right word. Maybe not. Yeah. So it's like a little serving dish of foie gras, basically. So it's probably enough. It probably would have been enough to make probably 3 Wellingtons, I would guess. So yeah.
I mean, it sounds delicious. I'm kind of jealous.
I'm thinking whatever I have left of the foie gras, I'll just eat on some toast.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, totally.
I don't know. Spreadable. Whenever people talk about foie gras, so I've had foie gras once, and I remember being very upset. Like, it was one of my first when I came to DC. I was very sticker shock at price and stuff of things I had.
Oh yeah.
And I was in nursing school, so I didn't realize how expensive it was to live. For one, I was paying for nursing school, and my parents were helping me, so it wasn't just me. I can't say that I was paying for nursing school and broke otherwise. But I completely like cashed out of my savings pretty much within 2 months of being here, because I didn't realize how expensive it was. How expensive it really was going. Oh god.
Wow, you really pushed him right into me.
I'm glad too, because I almost
gave him a real good push.
What is making him not die? Like, oh, he must have
Some
spawned.
of them do die, yeah, but that one definitely didn't. That one. Oh, you know what? I bet it's that they're getting hung up on some of the. Depends on where they come from, I guess.
Yeah. So we, at the very end of the first semester, I'm broke. I've already borrowed some money from my parents to make sure. Oh god, to make sure that I can, survive and get through the semester. So many people in DC, in the DC area, are like foodies, and I was from an area that Michigan. When I moved here in Flint area, people weren't really true foodies. They weren't people who were like, I don't think anybody knew I'd never heard of a sous vide machine when I moved here.
Right.
So, that was, whether it's the crowd that I hang out with wasn't food centric, whether it's just the people in the area. I don't know. It was the first introduction I'd had to people who were like really obsessed with food. And this one girl that went to school with us, she had come from, or she lived in DC already. She was Ow. I didn't know that hole went all the way to the ground.
Yeah, it goes all the way bedrock.
So I didn't think twice about jumping aimlessly toward a little platform over top of that. But she worked at this restaurant out here. And so right after we finished finals, the day before I flew back home for like a Christmas break, all excited, finished finals for the first semester. Everybody wanted to go out to this girl's restaurant because she worked that night and was going to like hook us up. And not only did she not hook us up in the least, it was every time she was like, guys, I'm going to get you hooked up with this and get you my discount. And she'd come back over to the table and be like, oh, my manager said I can't do that. Sorry, guys. And yeah, it was like, oh, okay, what the hell happened, man? Did you cover up my stuff?
Well, oh, yeah, sorry.
I came in without a pick. Can you make a different hole to the side a little bit so I don't fall all the way to the bottom?
There you go.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. Much better. And so not only did we end up racking up this huge bill, but one of the things that people were determined to order foie gras because, oh my God, Jeff, it's so good. You're going to love this stuff. I didn't realize that these were all like one gaps.
Yeah, so I dug it down.
I thought I was going to be able to sit to the side a little bit. And I'm like, wait, I don't fit here.
Like, I was thinking I was mapping out all the levels and I did it wrong. I'd counted wrong. I'm real dumb.
I should probably make a shield again. I don't know what happened to my shield, but... so yeah, we ended up getting this foie gras, and I think the bill for each of us at the end of this, and there was like 10 or 15 of us there, and we were all drinking, you know, wine and beers and, all that stuff as well. And the bill was probably like $150 a piece.
Oh my God.
And I was broke. I was like upset that we had spent that much money. But it was one of those things that you couldn't really argue with because for one, we thought we were getting a big discount. And one of the only reasons I went was because I thought we were getting a discount because I knew I couldn't afford that much money right then. And we get there when she's like, oh guys, I can't hook up with a discount and everything. She gave us a couple appetizers that were free that turned out, and my boss said I have to charge you guys for that stuff as well. Like, it was completely terrible all around in what we thought we were going there for and what we got. But I mean, that happens in the restaurant industry. You can't necessarily expect free food, but she never let us know that it was a problem. She basically let us know that we could come in and do this. That's like a perk that she has, and it turns out to be something she was just trying to pull off, and it didn't work. And
I mean, I'm sure she was real embarrassed by this too, of course.
Well, and everybody else around was like, oh, no big deal. Like, I don't mind paying for this stuff at all. Like, and somebody just grabbed the bill and was like, so everybody, it's going to be, $148 per person, like, including tip. And I was just like, what the fuck just happened? Type of deal. But now that I'm over the sticker shock of DC, I will tell you that for what we had, that was probably a decent price. And it was just, but I was not impressed with the foie gras at all. I did not think it was good.
How was it prepared?
A little like, it looked to me like gnocchi.
Huh. Okay.
That was, it was finger foie gras.
I see.
It wasn't pate style.
So, in France, I ate a lot of it, and I got to actually when I left France, I longed for like a salad. Like, I just wanted something that wasn't so rich and like, I don't know, like, people talk shit about American food all the time, but I felt like France, that was the fattiest eating I've ever done. Like, I would have loved like just a head of lettuce just to eat it, like an apple. That and water. God damn, man. You land on you get back to America. I mean, like we went from France to London, and whenever our train arrived in London, there was these pallets of water everywhere, and like me and Paul have been talking about the whole time, like how you just cannot get a cup of water anywhere, and then like they act like you're crazy when you try to get water, and if you want ice, then you're a total fucking psychopath. But whenever we got to London, there was just this pallet of water sitting at the train station. We were like, they fucking know. They know you're coming from France. They got this pallet waiting.
Yeah, I will tell you, that is one thing I did not understand nor like about Europe was the inability to find just water.
Yeah, it is very weird.
I guess it's just the way that they do it or something.
Yeah.
I guess if you're finishing up these layers, what I can do is dig the center down and start making the mob killing machine.
Yeah, I didn't go. Yeah, yeah. We probably should do that anyway, so that we know kind of like how it all should be, how many layers we need and whatnot.
What was that? Why'd you do that?
Huh?
Why'd you do that?
There's water above us here, so I'm having to fix it. Basically.
So there's gonna be a hole going all the way down. I guess maybe I should put, which layer are you on? I'll block in this layer right below me, so that if you do fall down it, it's not. Oops. There. That you don't just go down and die.
That would be terrible.
I know. Like, what idiot would do something like that?
But yeah, so like a lot of the foie gras I had in France was like the liver, just like the whole liver, and then like a slice of the liver fried up, kind of like, I don't know, like if you sliced Spam, I guess would be the best way to describe it. And then just seared in a pan, and I really enjoyed it, but I definitely got my fill of it before I left and did not want any more.
You were done with the.
Yeah, so I don't want to see another piece of duck liver until I die, but I'm back. I'm ready.
I need it. It is now.
I can't believe how hard it is to find certain food ingredients here. Like, I cannot get quail eggs anywhere, and it makes me sad because I would always keep quail eggs in the refrigerator if I had a source of quail eggs. I've considered, like a lot of people around here raise chickens. I've considered getting quails. Yeah, I'm really thinking about it.
I don't see why that would be a very hard thing to do or a bad thing to do. I mean, I always had chickens when I was growing up, so
yeah, I've been thinking about it because I mean, that said, like I feel like I could sell the quail eggs for a lot of money too, the ones I can't eat, because there's got to be someone else that's like me that likes quail eggs.
Yeah, just the question is, are they in your area?
Right. Like I was thinking about, I could probably go to the farmer's market and see if I could find people there that were interested. Because the state farmer's market's real near here.
I just strangely found this crazy lava pool.
Crazy lava pool.
Well, but the sad thing is that where it's at, it must be.
Oh, my phone. I don't know if it's important. I have to go see.
Oh yeah, that is a phone. Is that like a house phone? He's gone. Guys, I think you'll hear a rotary dial here in a minute. And there's things happening. Yeah, so what I was going to say, like, it does... Okay, this is like a cave that we need to get cleared out. I don't know how we didn't run into this where I'm digging, though, because... right about here? It's got to be... Did I count this completely wrong? I might have counted that. What?
Sorry about that. I don't know if you heard me say my phone was ringing. I had to like run away.
I did, yeah, but I was like, I didn't know you were serious about your phone ringing. So,
well, like, so I don't know. My grandma's gonna die one of these days.
But that was like your phone. That like not a. It wasn't a house phone, or it was a house phone.
Yeah, my home phone.
Yeah, that's what I was just very confused. I was like, phone?
Like a lot of times whenever, if someone's calling this late at night, it's normally because someone can't get in touch with my grandma and they've assumed she's fallen again. Or my grandma has fallen and she's calling for me to come and help her get off the ground.
Was it either of those? Do you have to?
No, it was my grandma. So I did have to answer it, but she was just calling about Christmas. So
when you're digging, be careful digging down to the next layer, because there's literally an opening into a ravine that we'll have to go clear out. But there's just a huge lava pool. And that's what I was saying, is I don't understand how we haven't come across this lava pool yet, but you're probably just a layer above it, or a couple layers above it still. So as you come down,
okay.
You gotta be.
Well, we should probably end this episode, honestly. So yeah.
All right, guys.
See you next time.
See you next time.